Hello and welcome, fellow gamers, geeks, nerds, PCs, DMs, game designers, playtesters, cool kids, and generally wonderful and discerning folks who've made the excellent decision to spend a piece of your day with the Game Fight Show podcast.
Game Fight Show podcast.
I'm Rob, and I'm here with
Brendan.
And we're here to talk to you about all of the hot heat that's coming down in the Game Fight Show March Mayhem Showdown Bracket.
The hot heat is coming down. It's gloomy outside, but it's getting hot in here.
Here we are today, and who do we have? The King. They say that statistically, this game cannot be removed from the top of the charts. It is none other than
Gloomhaven.
Gloomhaven.
It cannot be unseated.
I have literally heard conversations that it is statistically impossible that its throne will be upset. But you know what? Here's the thing. Who decides here in March Mayhem who's going to come out on top?
Well, Rob, the people who decide are you, the audience. They're going to go over to Twitter. They're going to visit us, and they're going to tell us which game will win.
Who will win?
You know, Rob, I think Gloomhaven probably is pretty difficult to unseat because that is a heavy, heavy box.
Yes, just pushing it should not be done by small children, the infirm, or the elderly.
Lift with your legs.
Put your lifting belt on. Oh, but you say this is a heavy game. You say this is the heaviest game? Well, I don't know about that, because if you look across the ring, who are they up against? None other than Kingdom Death Monster.
Kingdom Death Monster. This game from Adam Poots is perhaps bigger than Gloomhaven. It's more expensive than Gloomhaven. It's got more models than Gloomhaven. It's got more death than Gloomhaven.
I have to say, I'm glad that these decisions are not just made by me, because I don't know through which dungeon I would prefer to crawl. I don't know who belongs on top. I do know that I'm glad that you good people at home are going to go on to Game Fight Show on Twitter and cast your vote to decide who will take down whom.
To be clear, you're going to go to Twitter, you're going to Game Fight Show.
Game Fight Show.
And you're going to decide which game should win, Gloomhaven or Kingdom Death Monster.
Kingdom Death Monster. You know what? But here in the first part of the bracket, things are so chock-a-block with excitement that that's not even the only showdown we have today. Call your Uncle Larry, because it's time for a little 7 and 7.
Uncle Larry, get over here. I got a mixed drink for you. It's a little bit of Bowser, a little bit of Cathala. That's right, it's Seven Wonders Duel. Now, a lot of people love Seven Wonders. They thought it was great. But Bowser and Cathala, they said, you know what? That 2-player game of Seven Wonders, we're not happy with it. We want to make a new one. And it's climbed up the charts faster than you could say, hey, Uncle Larry, put down that third 7 and 7.
He's not gonna do it. It's a beautiful little game. You lay tiles, you pick up cards, you build your civilization, and if you're like me, you lose.
Well, you know who isn't losing? Ludovic Rowdy and Bruno Salter with their game, The Seventh Continent.
They sure aren't. That game spends more time on the table than the stain on my tablecloth.
You know, this is a difficult matchup for our audience, Rob. The last one, Gloomhaven versus Kingdom Death Monster, both games are kind of in the same neighborhood, at least as far as games go. Seven Wonders Duel and The Seventh Continent, while they share the numeral 7, share very little else. The Seventh Continent's an adventure game.
They sure do.
You know, you're looking at these tiny cards. You're trying to figure out which way you're going to go. It's a cooperative game. You're working together. Seven Wonders Duel, it's a totally different prospect.
I can tell you, that game is not cooperative.
That's right. So I don't know how the audience is going to pick. I'm really glad I don't have to vote in this one.
No doubt. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Brendan. There won't be any winners if you don't go out and vote. Where can they do that?
They're going to go over to Twitter. They're going to look for @GameFightShow, and they're going to look for today's poll, which will have 2 matchups, Gloomhaven versus Kingdom Death Monster, and Seven Wonders Duel versus The Seventh Continent. They're going to go there, they're going to vote, and they're going to find out who wins.
Find out who wins. All right, that's all for us today. Tune in tomorrow. We'll have 2 pairs of big games facing off here in the March Mayhem Showdown.
March Mayhem Showdown.
Till then, I've been Rob.
And I'm still Brendan.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Brought to you by
Rattlebox Games.